Hi, Team Pink Cow. So my name is Gemma. I'm the general manager of the Pink Cow Coffee. So I am going to just go through all the names first, and then add up extra kind of the terms we use at the store. So let me go show you first thing. So this is how we pull the espresso shot. So we consider this one shot as a kind of the one double shot. So if you see in front of us, there are all different sizes of the cups here. So except for the 20-ounce cups, we are using this one shot for everything. Here, 4-ounce, 8-ounce, 10-ounce, 12-ounce, and 16-ounce. So all these drinks used one espresso shot, which is double. All right, so I will start about the name. So if you see here, this is the 4-ounce cup. We call the baby cup. So this 4-ounce cup, we use this one for the just regular espresso, and then we use that for traditional macchiato. I am going through how we make about individual, all different types of the drinks. But let me just go through how we just make this one. So this is the espresso and then macchiato. This cup is about 8 ounce, and we use this cup for cortado, cappuccino, flat white. And this is a regular latte, 10 ounce, 12 ounce latte, 16 ounce latte, and this is the 20 ounce latte. So the biggest difference of this 20 ounce latte, 20 ounce latte comes with the 2 double shot. So this is the only drinks we pull the 2 double shot. All right. So the biggest difference between all these drinks is the amount of the milk. How much steamed milk you add make the changes difference between the names. So espresso and traditional macchiato, just a little bit of steamed milk. I said that we use the 8-ounce cup for cortado and then cappuccino. So cortado is one of the drinks with the espresso and then steamed milk, but the ratio wise is 1 and 1. So one shot of espresso is about 2.5 ounce, between 2.5 to the 3 ounce. So the one shot of espresso and the same amount of the steamed milk, that's the cortado. So we use this 8-ounce cup, but we just fill up the milk, not all the way up, but just about here. We stop there. That's the cortado. And if you fill up all the steamed milk all the way up, that's the cappuccino. Flat white is the reverse one. So flat white, we use the steamed milk first and then add shot on top of that. That's the flat white. All right, so that's the name. Espresso macchiato, cortado, cappuccino, flat white, and the lattes. Now we are talking about a little bit different of types of the drinks. So we have cafe au lait. So cafe au lait is not the drink with the espresso shot. We use the drip coffee to make the cafe au lait. So cafe au lait we can serve in either 10 ounce, 12 ounce, 16 ounce. So just a regular drip coffee. And instead of the cold milk, we use the steamed milk on top. So that's the cafe au lait. That's the one drinks I want you guys be familiar with. And another term we use at the store a lot is that dry and wet. So our customer usually use the dry or wet for only the cappuccino. However, sometimes they use that term for other latte drinks too. So dry and wet is how you steam the milk. So if you steam the milk more air, means like a more foamy, we call that dry. And if you do not make any foam, we call that wet. So if customer ask you kind of, can I have like a 12-ounce latte dry, or they sometimes say that bone dry means more foam, or sometimes the customer say, hey, can I have the no foam or wet latte, means like a no foam, no air at all. That's a few terms we use at the bar. And there's another drinks I'd like to talk about is, what is that? Starbucks style macchiato. Maybe some of you are aware of that. So people come for asking like, oh, can I have macchiato? And then you need to ask them, hey, do you want traditional macchiato or do you want Starbucks style macchiato? So biggest difference between the traditional macchiato and Starbucks is the amount of the milk you use. So traditional one is like a baby one, shot of espresso and tiny bit of milk. Starbucks style macchiato, we can make any size, 10, 12, 16. So Starbucks style macchiato has some sweetening like a caramel and vanilla, and then some caramel drizzle on top. We can make either hot or iced, and any size with any type of milk. So that's the Starbucks style macchiato. Talking about the Americano, and then red eye, and then pour over. So Americano, we serve any size. Americano is literally water with a shot of espresso. So we use the Americano, just either hot or iced. You can make both sides. So water and then one shot of espresso. That's the Americano. And the red eye is a little bit different. You guys know about the red eye when you fly somewhere overnight, you know, they're called the red eye. So red eye is like an extra caffeine. So we serve a red eye with, you know, any size, but basically drip coffee and then shot of espresso. So it's like extra caffeinated drinks. We call that red eye. We can make hot or ice, but for the ice red eye, we use a cold brew. And then cold brew and then add shot. That's the red eye. And then the third one is the pour over. So a lot of our customers as well as our baristas are a little bit confused about pour over or just drip coffee. So when you get any order called like a pour over from the customer, then just make sure, oh, so you want the pour over, is there any specific blend, coffee blend do you want, or do you want any drip coffee? Because we always have the two different types of drip coffee, either lighter or dark, or medium or dark. So we have the two different types of the drip coffee, so you can offer that. Or if the customer want very specific blend of the coffee bean, we can always make the pour over. So you guys know like a hand drip style, there's the pour over. So for the pour over, you can ask a customer, why don't you go get what kind of the bean do you want? You just let me know what kind of bean you want. And then we have the pre-measured beans, so Sumatra, Guatemala, Ethiopia, any kind of single origin, even, you know, decaf, we can make the pour over. So we have to separate the pour over kit over there. So all you need to do is to grind the coffee following the measurement, like a 28 gram for the 16 ounce, and then grind it, and then set up everything, and then just a hot water on top. That's the pour over. But when you get the pour over order, please remind them, the customer, it takes minimum 4 minutes. Because we gotta grind it, and then we gotta steep in the hot water about 3 minutes. So that's the pour over. All right, and then before we move on to matcha and chai, there are a few drinks I just want to mention. Is that we have the mocha, and then we have hot chocolate, and then we have the kids steamer. So mocha is the regular latte, but you just add some chocolate syrup in it. So that's the mocha, but we have two types, white mocha and then regular mocha. So we all have the buttons, so when the customer asks you like, can I have white mocha? Then you can just add the white mocha. Regular mocha, it's just a, you know, chocolate sauce. And also we offer the kids hot chocolate, so it is like the same chocolate syrup with the steamed milk, but the temperature should be the kids temperature. It's much lower than just adult drink. And speaking of the hot chocolate, we have another kids drink called the steamer. So vanilla steamer is the most popular. So the kids who want some hot milk, but not the chocolate, but then they add, vanilla syrup or lavender syrup, or if they want the hazelnut, we can add any kind of flavor, but just make sure that the same thing. The temperature should be the kids temperature. So those are hot chocolate and then mocha and then steamer. And the last two drinks I'm going to talk about is like a matcha and then chai latte. So our house matcha and chai latte are a little bit different from other stores like a Starbucks or Peet's Coffee. So they are not from the concentrate. So we steep chai in-house. Means we use the loose leaves, so it's not sweetened at all. We will train you how to make it, but at the register, you gotta make sure if our customer order chai or matcha, always remind them, hey, our chai and matcha are not sweetened. Do you wanna add any simple syrup or honey or any flavor? Also, matcha and chai both can be served either hot or iced one. So that's about our drinks, pink out drinks.